Rebel soul child, got a fist ball, I'm a respawn of ancestors, and I'm blessed,
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry I didn't release a video for 3 weeks. I had COVID, so I was laying in bed feeling sorry for myself. But look, I'm better now, I'm back, and today we're going to be doing a video about my top 10 British fighters that are currently in the UFC.
My number 10 is Molly McCann. She's an absolute animal inside of that octagon. She fights out of the next generation MMA gym, and that is based in Liverpool. Her current record in MMA is 11-4. Now, after losing her second ever pro MMA fight, she quickly got back on her feet and went on an impressive 7-win streak to win the vacant Cage Warriors Women Flyweight Championship belt. She's been with the UFC since May 2018, and she has quickly become a fan favourite because she loves to fight and she loves to trash talk her opponents while she's in the fight. I have no doubt we will be seeing her contend for the title in the next couple of years. At number 9, I have Paul Craig. This is not someone you want to be in a fight with. His current MMA record is 15-4-1, and he fights out the Scottish Hit Squad in Scotland. Since starting his pro career back in 2013, he went on an 8-fight win streak and won the BA MMA light heavyweight belt. Since signing with the UFC, he's had 6 performance of the night bonuses and is currently 11th on the UFC light heavyweight rankings. Keeping it in Scotland, at number 8, I have Joanne Wood. Her current MMA record is 15-7. Even though she is Scottish, she fights out of the Syndicate MMA gym in Las Vegas. Joanne is currently number 7 in the UFC Women's Flyweight rankings. Before starting her pro career in MMA, she was a decorated kickboxing champion with a record of 19-2. Some of you may also recognise her from being on The Ultimate Fighter, where she lost in the quarterfinals against Thug Rose. However, that hasn't affected her career, as she has been signed with the UFC since 2015. My number 7 is Arnold Allen. He's probably one of the most underrated fighters in the UFC. His MMA record is 17-1 and fights out of the BKK team. He's fought at bantamweight, lightweight, and now currently fighting at featherweight. He's also a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. If that's not impressive enough, before starting his pro MMA career, he was 3-0 in kickboxing and 5-0 in his amateur boxing career. The first and last time he lost was back in 2014, and since then it's currently on a 10-fight win streak and currently ranked number 7 in the UFC featherweight division. At number 6, I have Jack Shaw, black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and is currently 15-0 in his pro MMA career and 4-0 in the UFC. He fights out of Shaw Mixed Martial Arts Gym, which is based in Wales. He's won and defended his title as the Cage Warrior Bantamweight Champion. Before his pro MMA career, he went on and remained undefeated as an amateur with a record of 12-0. He's still yet to be tested inside of the UFC. However, based on his record, skills, and the fact that he's an all-around fighter, I highly doubt that we're not going to see him in the top 15 in the next few years to come. At number 5, I got Brad Pickett. In his pro MMA career, he fought in 4 different weight classes and had a record of 25-14. He fought out the American Top Team as a fighter, and as a coach, he now coaches at the American Top Team GB. He was also the first person to ever beat Demetrius Johnson, and Dana White has been quoted to say that Pickett was one of the favourite fighters that he watched inside of the octagon. Pickett has always been a fan favourite, and it's not hard to see why. He takes every fight he's given and turns into a brawl, hence why he's number 5 on my list. My number 4 is Brendan Leenane. Now, he's not inside of the UFC at the minute, but you'd be very silly not to see the talent that he has. His current record is 21-4, and he fights out of the Manchester Predators gym. You may recognise him from Dana White's Contender Series from back in 2019. Now, even though he won his fight, Dana denied him of a contract because, and quote, he is not enough of a killer, end quote. So I don't see him being in the UFC anytime soon, but you should definitely keep your eyes peeled as he is a good fighter to watch. At number 3, we have Darren Till. Darren went on a 16-fight win streak with 1 draw and took his first loss in the UFC to Tyron Woodley back in 2018, where he missed the chance to become the UFC welterweight champion. His current MMA record is 18-4, and he is ranked number 8 in the UFC middleweight division. He is a massive fan favourite and is probably one of the most honest fighters out there on the roster. I honestly have no doubt we will see him fight for the belt again in the next couple of years. At number 2, we have Leon Edwards. Leon is one of, if not the most underestimated fighter in the welterweight division. His current MMA record was 19-3, and in that 19-3, inside of the UFC, he is currently on a 9-fight win streak. His last loss being back in 2015 to Kamaru Usman. Before he signed for the UFC, he was the BA MMA welterweight champion. He's currently ranked number 3 at the UFC welterweight division, and is looking not only to avenge his loss to Kamaru Usman, but to also gain the belt and be the champion as well. In my honest opinion, I think Leon Edwards is the best British fighter inside of the UFC roster today. Finally, at number 1, we have Michael Bisping. This man is the legend of British MMA and helped open the doors for hundreds of fighters. He retired with a record of 30-9, but went 14-0 in his career before losing to Rashad Evans back in 2007. Speaking of the past, not only did he enter and win the Ultimate Fighter back in 2011, but 3 years later he went back onto the show as a coach to settle the rivalry between the British and American fighters, which he also won. He then went on to have a great career in the UFC, winning the middleweight belt, and since his retirement is now a commentator for the UFC.
And there is my top 10 British UFC fighters at the minute. That is subject to change depending on who comes in and out of the company, but we'll have to see what happens. Listen, if you've not already subscribed to my channel, please do. Like and comment below, and I'll see you in the next one.
They are not him, tell him fess up. I get check stub, hella carefree, nothing scares me, hella reckless, yeah.